Hello and welcome to another update video about Dogecoin. So with Doge, we are obviously also we see some movement here. Nothing that the remaining coins wouldn't do as well. So we are celebrating here at the moment rising prices in the market. This is something that can always happen also in a bear market. We have still not created any sort of reliable bottoming structure here. I mean, as I said in the previous video, it could be that the low is already in for Doge, but it would be a very unusual structure, and it's also not my primary expectation. In such a structure, I would have to assume that we had a wave 1 here. Yeah, that would have been the first impulse. And then the wave 2 here. And that this is another wave 1 to the upside. That is why we have 3 waves here. That's why I count it primarily as an ABC. But then we came down and we would have to say that we had the wave 2 low in here. And then we had a 1-2 setup. And we are moving up now in a third wave. Now that could lead to a pump. It is, however, the whole structure taken in the context is nothing other than corrective. And if we really start to move up from here into a new bull market, and the bear market low is really in already and has been in here in June, as it obviously could be, then it would be a very unusual bottom structure or structure for a significant low. Yeah, it would be very unusual, a little bit similar to what Polygon Matic is doing, where I also said, yeah, we've got some resistance at 90 cents. If we get above that, then we're not clearly bearish anymore, but we're also not clearly bullish. So it's sort of that in-between space in which we might enter with Doge as well, if we get close to that wave 2 high here at 11.1 cents. I mean, let's investigate this. Primarily, I'm still looking at lower prices here into the yellow support box. Yeah, that is still my primary expectation, with here the price gonna end between around about 2.2 cents and 5.5. But of course, there could be either some short-term upside coming all the way up to that wave 2 high, or yeah, maybe the low is already in, but I don't see that as a primary expectation, right? There are much more needs to happen for that. Okay, so what do we have here with Doge? So we've got still in the primary expectation this move down, that we came down in a wave 1, we moved up in a wave 2, and we are now moving down in a wave 3. There'll be a 4 and a 5. That's sort of still, I still don't see any kind of larger impulsive structure here that would give us confidence that a low is in. No clear setup. What could always be the case, and I did talk about that when we came down here, what can always be the case is that we're just getting a more extended wave 2. And what makes this move so difficult is just this strong move up and this strong move down. Because it needs a lot of movement to make such a wave 2, which would eventually result in another drop, very unlikely. Yeah, because it could very well be that this here was an A wave up, a B wave down, and we're getting a more extended wave C to the upside. That's unfortunately possible. This would become less likely if we break above 13.5 cents. And we can remain with this structure as long as we stay below 10.2 cents. Yeah, because that's the 78.6 retrace, and it could very well be that we just get a sort of retracement in this third wave. But above that level, we have something, let's say, short-term more bullish. And if we then break above that 13.5 cent level, I think that is when we can seriously talk about the low has been made. Unfortunately, not before that. And technically speaking, that means either Doge, I think, should be avoided if you're looking for really clear entries and very clear trade setups, because there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. I would also avoid leverage, and I would avoid to be on the short side here. I think everybody who's accumulating here for the long term, that is obviously one strategy that I would use. If I was so interested in Doge, then dollar cost averaging long-term accumulation is always fine, with small, let's say, small quantities until we have a confirmed bottom, or until we make a new low, which might leave, space open for some, lower cost dollar cost average. Yeah, or, waiting until we get clearer setups really. But yeah, certainly this move up here, if we break above the previous high, which is this one, where we've just found resistance. I would even go as high as this, so above 8 cents. I think if we get above 8 cents, this would open the door to a stronger move up into the region between 9.5 and or certainly 8.9 first. That would be first resistance, all the way up to 10.2 cents. Above that level, we are morphing into something more bullish, but it would in the first instance only mean a reset of a wave 2, which would then still be in favor of a drop down. And only after breaking above 13.5, that is when we can talk about something probably more bullish, really more bullish. And then we get the clearer setups probably. And then then anybody who did scale in at these lower prices, sort of dollar cost average, would then be able to scale up those trades or whatever. There is certainly a lot of price action in the uncertainties here at the moment, and this whole structure is nothing other than just corrective at the moment, and with a lot of uncertainty. So the expectation has to be, because we haven't changed the daily structure at all, we haven't moved from a downtrend into an uptrend or anything, so the idea has to be, and the primary expectation has to be, that we will go down lower, of course, with a small chance that I've explained in previous videos as well, that a low could already be in here. But again, the problem with that is that this move to the upside is just in 3 waves, and also that we have come down all the way to the 88.7% fib level, which makes always a direct move up less likely, at least. Okay, and that's my update about Dogecoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.